Hi, what's your name?
Brian Robitaille from Physique Canada.
So if I wanted to compete with my physique in Canada, do I talk to you guys?
Definitely you want to compete with us, especially if drug testing and drug-free competition is important to you.
Really? So you do like, your people are drug-free? Is that it?
We do the most and the best drug testing in bodybuilding, probably the world.
In the world?
In the world.
It's a nice Canadian product.
Yeah.
How'd you get involved with that?
Personally been involved in bodybuilding since the early 1990s. We started this federation. It's a not-for-profit sports federation. We started this because we were dissatisfied with the amount of drug testing, or the lack of drug testing that's going on, and frankly, we want to do as much as we can to clean up the sport, and we certainly don't condone it. We want to discourage drug use with our youth and our athletes.
So educate me, Brian, what a person look like if they're not on steroids? You've got a number of pictures here.
Yeah, we do.
Let's walk through those.
The proof is in the pudding, Marcus. You can see that these athletes that we have here are, for example, here is Simon. He's a competitor from Montreal. He's a firefighter by trade. He weighs 185 pounds. He's 6 foot tall. Not 285 pounds, 185 pounds. That's an achievable physique without drugs.
Why do you say 285? What's the difference?
Well, 285 pounds is not the same species of human. You know, these guys are so drugged up that they're just ginormous. And so our guys, we drug test at contests, we drug test off season, we do surprise testing. Our athletes are clean, and we encourage them and we enforce that they're drug free.
So hold up one of the pictures with this guy.
Yes.
So when I go to different events and you see stuff on TV and all these guys are like pumped and ripped like crazy, anything more than this you're saying shows that they are most likely on drugs?
The human form can only achieve so much with genetics and good training. This fellow here has probably been training for 20 years, and he's been able to achieve at 6 foot tall about 185 to 190 pounds. That's what's normal. You know, when you would do performance enhancing drugs like steroids, testosterone, this kind of thing, you're going to start seeing the body weights creep up. You're rarely going to see a man on our stage more than 200 pounds because it's just not normal. It's not healthy, and it's not achievable without drugs.
Okay, what about the ladies' physique? These are getting more natural.
This is our bodybuilding lady.
Yeah.
This is our Nadia Musso. She just won our competition in June. She's been training for 20-something years. She probably weighs all of 130 pounds. Again, she still looks like a woman. She hasn't taken excessive male hormones, and this is what you get when you have a drug-free and drug-tested contest.
Because I've seen some ladies who are like more developed than that, and I didn't know, and so now you're telling me that's probably because they're on something.
And certainly, have they been through the drug testing to prove otherwise? It's a question you have to ask.
Great. Through the organization Canada actually mandatory tests everybody.
We don't manage to test everyone. The Olympics achieves about, believe it or not, about 10% of their athletes to be tested. That would be a gold standard of the Olympics. 2012, we tested 20% of our athletes. So we are above that standard.
Wow. Okay. So what about the training? When you go to the gym, say, you're using weights or something else, is a person who's on steroids or other influencers different in the training that people attain?
Yeah,
the same thing, but not using that?
You couldn't keep up to the guys who are taking drugs. That the drugs give the person, in part, an incredible recovery ability. So the people who are taking the drugs can train harder, more frequently, and the response to the training is more extreme, so they develop so much faster. Someone who's drug-free has to be smarter. They have to be cautious in how they train. They have to be careful that they don't overtrain, and they have to realize that their progress is much slower than someone who's taking drugs, and that their potential, that your genetic potential is just that, a genetic kind of a glass ceiling where it's not normal to be. If you're a 165-pound guy, don't expect to gain 40 pounds in a year if you're drug-free. It's just not going to happen. Okay. 3 or 4 pounds, that's what you're going to expect.
How long is your event going on for Physique Canada?
We run all year. In 2015, we'll have 5 contests in Central Canada, and we're looking to expand. We're looking for people who are advocates of drug-free and drug-free sport to partner with us and start spreading this across Canada.
And how are they going to be doing that event? How long has that been running?
We've been in, this is our third year in existence as a non-profit sports federation.
Now I noticed you got SAF. What's that? Serious About Fitness.
Serious About Fitness has been around 8 years. That's a kind of a pageant for athletes. There's more theme wear. We have
we can probably go to the screen here.
Costumes, oh yeah. So there you go, SAF. It's more of a theme wear and a beauty pageant for athletes. There's Edith, who won our summer one.
A theme wear and beauty pageant.
And beauty pageant. So we kind of partnered with that organization in order to open up more facilities for us to present our sports federation.
And that's been running for how long?
SAS has been around for 8 years.
Excellent. Okay, so what are people saying here at the show at CANFITPRO?
Well, they're coming by and they're saying we never really knew that there was an option for true drug-tested physique competitions, so they're really often just totally delighted to hear that there's finally a federation that's taking drug testing seriously, that we don't just pick and choose a contest to drug test. We drug test every contest. We drug test outside of contests, surprise testing, and so mostly what we're hearing from the athletes coming by is just delight that someone's finally doing it.
And it's Canadian.
And it's Canadian.
Great. So Brian, more information, your website is?
PhysiqueCanada.ca.
And the other one would be?
What's SeriousAboutFitness.com.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.